In bygone days, people revered mighty gods and numerous lesser divinities. It was in such times that this tale took place. Demeter, the goddess of harvest, had left her daughter amidst a meadow, frolicking with nymphs. She cautioned her against picking daffodils, for these flowers were consecrated to the gods of the underworld. Persephone obeyed her mother, gathering yellow tulips, delightful violets, and blue forget-me-nots into her basket, while avoiding daffodils from afar. However, she suddenly beheld the most exquisite plant ever to have sprouted on earth, adorned with hundreds of flowers, their white petals edged with flaming red. The fragrance it exuded was downright heavenly. Bewitched, Persephone quickly glanced around to ensure no one was watching before she plucked the flower. At that instant, the ground tore open, and from its abyss emerged a golden chariot drawn by black steeds. Upon it was Hades, the god of the underworld, approaching to abduct Persephone. Her desperate cries went unheard. They flew over land and sea, whizzing like a hurricane, until they reached Tartarus. Demeter inquired after her daughter from every passerby, but to no avail. She tirelessly searched for Persephone for 9 days and 9 nights. Eventually she arrived in Eleusis by the Salamis Bay. There she sat upon a stone, later named the Rock of Sorrow. The nearby spring was henceforth called the Maiden's Fountain, as Demeter's tears were akin to pearls. Grief-stricken, the goddess shrouded the fields in mourning. The earth ceased to bear fruit, livestock starved, and famine plagued the people. In the heat, rivers dried up, and no sacrificial smoke rose from the empty altars to the gods. Zeus, the supreme among gods, knew he must appease Demeter. Yet, she had concealed herself from the world upon learning the truth about her daughter's disappearance from the sun god. Hermes, the messenger of the gods, found her in a cave in the Arcadian mountains. Still, no one could persuade the unyielding goddess to show mercy upon the earth. Then Zeus commanded his brother Hades to return Persephone to her mother. The underworld's king agreed, but upon parting he gave his wife a pomegranate seed. Unaware, by eating a few seeds, the girl forever bound herself to the shadow world. Zeus thus decreed that Persephone would spend 9 months with her mother and 3 months with her husband. When Persephone ascends to the surface, the world blooms anew. Spring arrives, a time for planting followed by summer, a time for growth and autumn, a time for harvest. Then the daughter bids farewell to her sorrowful mother. Persephone returns to her husband, to sit beside him on the throne with a wreath of daffodils in her hair and a bundle of poppies in hand, and for the world winter commences. Thus the cycle repeats, with the seasons changing in accordance with the will of the goddess of harvest.